Hey, what's up, guys? We just landed in Fort Lauderdale. We're out here in Boca Raton. We're filming our 100th episode of our podcast with Jarred Elmar. He's one of the heaviest hitters in commercial real estate. Super excited. We are going to probably go get some acai bowls. We're going to play some pickleball more than likely and just enjoy Florida. So if you're new to the channel, I'm a commercial real estate investor, podcast host, entrepreneur, and I help people get into commercial real estate. So if that is something that you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be doing weekly videos on how I can help entrepreneurs like you get into commercial real estate. So we're about to do a podcast with Jarred Elmar, as I mentioned earlier. We just got some acai bowls. We went on like a 2-mile walk for it. It was great. It was good. It was hot outside, so we took a quick shower. So we're about to go do the podcast with Jarred. And the reason that we're here is because we want to learn one-on-one from a guy that has over $400 million in assets. He doesn't do any brokerage. He focuses fully on his own assets, kind of runs like a private equity thing for his own company. We want to get in front of him. We want to build rapport with him, and we want advice on our own portfolio. An opportunity that comes through our podcast is the ability to get one-on-one advice before and after, during the podcast. So when we're talking to these guys that have huge portfolios, we're telling them exactly what we're up to. We're getting one-on-one advice about our own properties. And this is something that we love to do, podcasts, but like traveling and doing podcasts out here in Florida. We've done one in Austin, Texas. We're planning on doing one in New York, one in Texas this year. It's just fun because travel is something that Graham and I, we just love to do. And if we can combine podcast and traveling, why not do that? And we're super looking forward to this one today. Luckily, you guys get to come with me and I get to share that advice that I'm going to get with you. So stick around, we'll get into it. So last night we got some sports bar food. We're huge Canes fans from Raleigh, so we had to support their guys while we're out of town, and just had a chill night, honestly, just kind of walking around town. It was super hot. I don't know how people in South Florida do this, but we just spent a lot of time, honestly, just talking about what we learned from the podcast with Jarred yesterday. So some of the bigger takeaways that I think would be applicable for you guys is when you're buying all these properties, you're accumulating wealth by purchasing, right? But over time, in the big picture and the big realm of things, you are having your tenants pay down your debt. And Jarred talks a lot about buying cash flow machines. He's buying properties that are not necessarily sexy, but the numbers work. The tenants have been there for years. They're continuing to pay down the rent. As the brain damage that doing all this flip and fix multifamily craziness is, where these guys, they got themselves in trouble and they paid too much. Now they're having to sell, short sell. They're losing their butt off, honestly. And you got all these other guys in pure commercial that are having the same tenants for the last 20 years. Their properties are paid off, and now their cash flow is just literally insane. And people think about cash flow, they think about, okay, well, what's my spread gonna be? They're not thinking about, in 20 years when this is paid off, I'm gonna have double the cash flow or more that I would have had in the beginning when I was cash flowing and still, accumulating wealth. And that's kind of what Jarred is setting his portfolio up for now. He's working for everything to be something, his whole portfolio is he's not gonna sell. Something else that I really liked that he said was that when you have opportunities, you've got to be able to pounce on them. What he meant is that you've got to always be raising. You always have to have a line of investors ready to go so that when an opportunity pops up, you're not putting it under contract and having to drop it because you weren't ready for it. You've got to be able to take advantage of the opportunities because you never know when they're going to come. And in our opinion, just based on how things have come, it come in waves. There'll be 2 to 3 months where you don't really find any opportunities, and then you find 2 or 3 opportunities at the same time and you want to take them all down. But if you're not raising, you don't always have investors ready, you're not going to be able to take down all those opportunities. And so for our portfolio, I feel like we're in a really great position right now because we've structured everything to work, whether we're going to keep it or whether we're going to turn around and sell it. We've been toying with the idea of selling for working on our track record. And our track record has been, we've been able to float the properties. We haven't turned around and sold anything yet. We're potentially going to do that now, but after talking with Jarred, we feel like we really don't have to, because if our investors want to have long-term passive income, which is exactly what we want, there's no point of selling. Like, they don't want to sell either. So I think that's a takeaway as well. You want investors that are perfectly aligned with what you're doing. So Graham and I have done a lot of stuff in industrial real estate, and we want to continue to do that. That's something that Jarred told us that we definitely need to do. Continue to stick to the playbook, do the same deals that we know work, don't try to do anything crazy, and it's going to stack up over time, like I've been saying. However, we do want to get into retail because there's a lot of opportunities that I feel like we could be potentially missing not working on retail. So he kind of challenged us. He wanted us to go after a 10,000 square foot retail center that has 4 to 5 tenants in it, small bay, nothing that big. I know we talk about small bay flex, but there's small bay or small shop retail as well. Neighborhood centers that tenants that have likely been there for the last 5-10 years. And he told us, this is something I hadn't really thought about before, that location is so important important to them because people know where they're located at. They don't even type in, GPS or anything like that. They go straight to that location because that's exactly what they want. And if they were to move, they're going to lose a lot of clients, because let's say that they leave and there's a nail salon and a new nail salon comes in there, a lot of that nail salon business is going to stick to that same location. It's not going to move with them. And that's what we would call a sticky tenant. A sticky tenant is somebody that they need to be in that same location, and they're going to continue to be there for the next 10, 15, 20 years because that location is so vital to them. So overall, I really enjoyed this trip. I learned so much from Jarred and through our podcast. We took away a lot of stuff both inside and outside of the podcast. I hope I encompassed it very well. Today we're just going to have fun. We're going to go probably get on a pontoon. We're going to go eat at one of our favorite steak places here in Fort Lauderdale, and then we're going to go back home. Appreciate your time.